Hello guys, this is Sakafusi. We are days before game week 34 deadline. I'm a computer engineer. I built a model predicting points for Fantasy Premier League, and in this video we will use this model to create the best possible free hit draft for game week 34. Let's go straight to the point. I have already activated my free hit chip, and this is my current draft. This is my actual team right now. I will explain to you step by step how am I using my model every week to create the best possible team. This is the tab with the player projections. As you can see here, with white color I have the midfielders, red color are the forwards, and yellow color are the defenders. When I'm trying to build the best possible free hit draft for my team, I start with the position that has the highest upside, and this is the midfielders. So, firstly, I need to find the 5 best midfielders for game week 34. So what am I doing here? I'm sorting all the players for game week 34 points. This is their projections. As you can see here, Mohamed Salah is in the first place, with projected points of 8.06. So Mohamed Salah will surely be inside my free hit draft, and he will probably be my captain, since his difference from the second place is actually very, very significant. Also, I am pretty sure that Mohamed Salah will play close to 90 minutes for Liverpool. Liverpool needs one win to secure the title. I think they will play with their best possible team in the upcoming game. So there is no doubt about Mohamed Salah right now. So this is why in my team you see here Mohamed Salah in the drafts. Let's now go to the second best player. Here we have Cole Palmer. He is the second highest in projections according to my model. Surely some of you are getting very concerned about Cole Palmer's recent form. As you can see here, Cole Palmer lately, since game week 25, he has almost 0 returns. He has 2 assists and 0 goals in the last 9 games. That's completely trash, I know. But in my opinion, and after my analysis, I am pretty confident that players like Cole Palmer have rough patches, but they don't suddenly forget how to play football. Cole Palmer is a key player for Chelsea. Chelsea is struggling for European spots right now, and I think it's a matter of time before Palmer starts scoring goals and assists again. So Cole Palmer is a good player with safe minutes, and he will surely be in my free hit 34 draft. Let's assume that form does matter, and getting Palmer is not the best idea in the world. So, assuming that form is more important than class, let's see which players are the best in form right now, using the more latest data. Let's check players underlying stats since April 4th. Most players have 4 or 5 games since April 4. This is the most recent form table. As you can see here, if we sort the players from best to worst according to non-penalty expected goals per 90 plus expected assists per 90, The best player is Harvey Barnes with 0.94 XGI per 90 minutes. Okay, that's not so crazy. Second is Alexander Isak, then comes Marmoush. Okay, not crazy at all. But if we keep going lower and lower in this list, we see that in the top 10, we find in 5th place Morgan Rogers, in 6th place Yuri Tielemans, in 7th place Ilkay Gundogan, and in 10th place Adam Wharton. So, let's assume that form does matter. Do you really believe that Adam Wharton and Yuri Tielemans is a better player than Mohamed Salah or Cole Palmer because their recent form is better? I don't think so. And my statistical analysis also doesn't think so. Palmer and Salah are better than Tielemans and Wharton, and this is why I think that a big sample is better than the recent form of any player. Not that the form doesn't play a role, but when we are talking about form, the sample is so small that we get more noise and more variance than actually decent, valuable and quality data. Okay, let's now continue with the rest of the midfielders. From now and on, it won't be so easy because here, as you can see, the third best player in our projection is Harvey Barnes. And that's not so simple because Harvey Barnes is currently competing alongside Gordon and Jacob Murphy, 2 spots in Newcastle's wingers. So we can't be 100% sure if Harvey Barnes or Jacob Murphy or Anthony Gordon are starting for Newcastle in the upcoming game week. Usually, we don't want in our teams any minute risks, but this is an exception for 2 reasons. First, it's only about 1 game. The risk is not that high. And secondly, Harvey Barnes is so good right now that, in my opinion, he deserves the risk. So what are we doing here? We see that Barnes, Murphy and Gordon are all very high in our projections. Optimally, we want all of them. But we need to find out who is gonna play the more minutes in the next match. How are we gonna find out this? If we actually check their minutes in the most recent games, we can see that Barnes plays 90 minutes almost every game, except 1 game. That's very promising for Harvey Barnes. Let's see what about Gordon. As we can see here, Gordon, after his injury, he played 12 minutes, 28 and 25. That's not very promising for Anthony Gordon. Let's also check Murphy. As we see here, Murphy is starting almost every game, but recently he's getting subbed early. So, in my opinion, it seems like Harvey Barnes and Jacob Murphy are the first choice right now for the Newcastle wings, but it seems like Gordon is competing with Murphy. If someone loses his position in the starting 11, that would be Murphy from Gordon. And I think Harvey Barnes is the most safe player right now from Newcastle. And given that his underlying numbers are better than Gordon and Murphy, I decided that after Salah and Palmer, Harvey Barnes is the best player, the best midfielder for our free hit in game week 34. After Harvey Barnes, the best midfielder, as you can see here in our projection, is Diogo Jota and Luis Diaz. This is the same problem we had with Newcastle players. We have it now for Liverpool players. Let's do the same. Let's check their recent minutes. starting with Jota. We see here that Diogo Jota, in the last 3 games, he played 66 minutes, 59 and 30. Not very promising at all. While Diaz played 90, 90, 35. That seems a lot better. It looks like Mohamed Salah and Luis Diaz are the nailed players for the Liverpool attacking triplet, and Gakpo with Diogo Jota are competing for the 3rd spot. So, again, given that this is a free hit team, it's only for 1 week, we will try to take the risk with Luis Diaz. Things now are getting even more difficult because the next players in our list is Murphy and Gordon, who are a huge minute risk right now, so I don't want them in my team. And then he comes this player, Antoine Semenyo. This player, if you are a regular in our channel, you know that he is very high in our projection the whole season, and he always finds the way to avoid any returns. So, do I go for Semenyo in my team? I'm not really sure yet. I will probably don't go for Semenyo, but as you can see, the next best players are Mitoma, Mbemo. Do I really want those players? I don't really know. I'm not a very big fan of those players. Mitoma this season is not a great player. Mbemo plays against Nottingham Forest. We know that Nottingham Forest right now are not a team to target. They have very good defense, especially when they play on their home. So I don't really like Mbemo for game week 34. I'm in a tough situation right here. I will probably take a risk and play something crazy. Maybe I will risk on Anthony Gordon. I have him right now in my draft. I know for sure that those 4 players will be in my team 100%. The 5th spot is currently really open. I'm not very sure. Of course, I could use a forward instead of a 5th midfielder, but who? As you can see here, we have Isaac. That's an easy decision. We have Cunha. That's also an easy decision for our forward line. And then who? According to our model, the 3rd best forward right now is Nicolas Jackson. Do I really want to play Nicolas Jackson against Everton in my free hit? Not really. So, currently, those 4 players are locked. Those 2 players are locked. And I didn't make up my mind yet for the 8th attacker. So now let's go to who is the best defender according to our model for game week 34. That would be Ryan Ait-Nouri. As you can see here, he's very high in our projection. And after him, there is Trent Alexander-Arnold. Is he playing against Tottenham in the upcoming game? We can't be sure. He was injured. After his injury, he hasn't played any. He didn't start any games so far. But to be honest, I don't really like any defender right now, and I will probably take a punt on Trent Alexander-Arnold for game week 34. And hopefully he will start and do something good for our team. After him, the next best player according to our model is Nikola Milenkovic. And possibly those 3 players will be my defensive line for game week 34. I have some doubts. As you can see here, I have also Cucurella in my draft, and that's because according to betting companies, it seems like Nottingham Forest is not really high in clean sheet projections. It seems like my model disagrees a lot with bookies on this matter. So actually I'm not really sure about this. I am locked on Nouri and Arnold, but the third defender will be either Milenkovic or Kukureya, and I'm having the same dilemma about Sels or Sanchez. Maybe I will try Sanchez behind the goalpost and Milenkovic as a defender, but I'm not sure yet. So, actually, most of my team is nailed. Those players are the nailed ones. And there are some spots to decide, maybe even in the last moment. This is, guys, what am I doing every time I want to build a team for Fantasy Premier League. This is my methodology. But now, most of you will probably have some questions. Okay, we see here the projections. How are those numbers are being calculated? This is what we'll see right now. Let's take Mohamed Salah as an example. As we already said before, he is expected by our model to score 8.06 points. But how are we coming up with this number? Here is where the magic happens. As we can see here, in this cell, this number, the 0.73, is the goals that my model expects Salah to score in the next game. And how I am calculating this number? As we can see here, Salah has so far 0.49 non-penalty expected goals per 90 minutes. So, we already know that Salah is a penalty taker. So, what am I doing here? I'm taking this 0.49 and I'm adding to this 0.12 expected goals, because in my analysis, I know that penalty takers, on average, they score 0.12 goals per game from penalties. We also know that fixture difficulty plays a role. So, Salah has 0.49 expected goals per game, and that's his average. He scores more against easy opponents and less against tough opponents. Let's now go to this tab and see the Liverpool difficulty ranking for game week 34. As you can see here, this is Liverpool. This is the table for Liverpool. This is the attacking fixture difficulty rating for Liverpool. Liverpool plays against Tottenham in the next game, and here we can see that Liverpool against Tottenham, they are expected to score 1.23 more goals than average. Why? Because Tottenham, as you can see in this table here, the average team in Premier League concedes 1.34 goals per game, but Tottenham has a worse defense than average. They concede 1.62 goals per 90 minutes, and also Liverpool plays at home. So we know from our statistical analysis that the teams, when they play at home, they score 13% more goals than their average. So we take Mohamed Salah average and we add to this 13% because he plays at home, and we also add a percentage because Tottenham is a worse defense than average. We also add the penalty coefficient, and we come up with this number, 0.73. The same way we calculate his expected assists for the next game, So we're expecting Salah to score 0.73 goals, 0.44 assists. Same for clean sheets. We are expecting from Liverpool 0.31% for a clean sheet. And if we translate this to actual FPL points, this translates to 8.06 FPL points. Most of you are probably wondering, okay, you are using your model to build your team, but is your model any good? How do we know if your model is good or not? Firstly, one argument about my model is my overall rank right now, which is 80,000, which is a pretty solid overall rank. Secondly, who is the best in the world at predicting football outcomes? In my opinion, the best source is the betting companies, because this is their job and they make billions of dollars by predicting the football results. So let's compare my model predictions to the bookies' odds. Here you can see, according to betting companies, which players have the best probability to score a goal in game week 34. As you can see here, the two best players according to betting companies is Isaac and Salah. According to my model, Salah and Isaac are also the best players for game week 34. Let's also see Cole Palmer, who is number 3 in my list. As you can see here, Palmer is not number 3, but he is inside the top 10. Who is above Cole Palmer in this bookies odds? Some players are Wilson, Darwin Núñez and Diogo Jota. This table represents the probability of a player to score a goal if he plays 90 minutes. We know that those 3 players will probably not gonna play 90 minutes, so we can exclude those players. So we are left with Cunha, Diaz, Wood and Jimenez. Cunha, Wood and Jimenez are very close to Palmer, and since Palmer is a midfielder, if he scores a goal, he will get more points than them. Also, Palmer has a higher chance of an assist, and he also has the chance to get a clean sheet point. So, if we see here my table with the projected goals, let's sort players according to projected goals. If we do this, we see that now Isaac is first, and we also see that Palmer now is below Jimenez and Cunha and very close to Wood, just like in the bookies betting odds. So, comparing my model to bookies, we can see that we are mostly agree, and that's a hard proof that my model works. Thanks for watching, guys. Please leave a like to the video, and please tell me in the comments what should I do with my open spots. What should be my 5th midfielder? Should I play a forward or a 5th midfielder in my game week 34 free hit team? And what should I do with my defense? Should I play Milenkovic or Kukureya? What should I do? What would you do in my position? And of course, upload in the comments your own free hit team, and I will rate them from 1 to 10. Thank you very much. Good luck to your teams. May the green arrows be with you.